Hi, Sage Sue back with another AgeTHRIVE video all about aging well and owning our aging in positive, empowering, and meaningful ways. I want to start with a question this week. What's something that the poorest person on earth can have in abundance and the richest person can't buy, no matter their wealth, how much money they have in the world? What is it? Good health. Think about a Steve Jobs who died at 56. Wealthy person who could not buy his health. And that's true of so many people. So many people that are the richest with material possessions and financial wealth and cannot buy their own health, their own good health. And what a difference that makes to our experience with thriving with age. So when I think about this, it really comes down to our health is our wealth. It's really the greatest possession that we own and can empower us in the years to come is to really try to hold on to our good health as much as we can, doing everything we can possible. One experience and one lesson in the world that teaches this is the blue zones. And you've probably heard of the blue zones, areas, these unique areas in the world where a greater percentage of the population live over 100, live healthy, long lives. And often these are areas that are not rich at all. Simple societies. The special on Netflix that you can watch, you can really tune into and really see what these people's lives are like. And it's not bought by money. Our health is not bought with money. So what can we do to better take care of our health? And that's the topic for today. I want to go back to this compass I created over a decade ago and keep kind of working our way through the different compass points. This is all about living empowered for life. These are 8 focus areas that can really have a big bang for the buck in terms of how we thrive through the later life years. We spent a lot of time the last weeks talking about lifestyle, the one at the top. So we're going to keep going. We're going to talk about taking care of our health today. And it has a prime position on the compass for good reason. Again, because our good health is so important to how we experience these later life years. It also came up for me this week because I had my annual physical on Monday. And there is nothing that is sweeter music to my ears than my doctor saying, "You are so healthy." I hope she keeps saying that for years and years and years to come because it is so important to me and I work at maintaining good health. It's not something that just comes for a lot of us. So in the blue zones, maybe when we're in ideal spots around the world where we're supported by environments that really focus on good health. But for us in the United States, most of us really have to work on maintaining good health. I just read something this morning that the United States has, in spite of being one of the wealthiest countries on earth, our healthy population ranks number 35th in the world. It could be even worse today. We're an obese population, we're an unhealthy population. So again, money can't buy this. This is something we have to put into the process. I also, something else caught my eye this week, an article in the paper about Rick Steves, who hosts a lot of the popular travel videos on PBS. And this article came out because he was recently diagnosed with prostate cancer. And I love what he said in his announcement that showed up in this article. Steve described his journey with prostate cancer as an adventure, saying he sees it as an amazing, really important trip. And that's something key for us, I think, even when things come up for us. How do we view this? What's our belief about it? How are we going to embrace this experience and try to, again, go into responding and participating in our health rather than trying to do it as an outside observer? The key, I think, to all of this, and I'm only going to talk about a few things today because there's so much written about this, such a big topic. But the one that I really zero in on with whatever is going on with me or talking to people I know is really stressing this point of how we can manage, even learn to master our own health conditions and issues. Again, we don't need to be experts on all the health, only our own health issues and what's going on with us. That's the key thing to focus in on and tune into. And both the things that we kind of can see coming from our own family history, but also the things that can pop up out of the blue, like my herniated disc last fall happening. But again, going into it, participating, being part of the process, and learning to manage, even master our own health conditions. Another piece of this is really learning to use our experience or expertise. As we go through health episodes, we get smarter about things. We learn better about our bodies, how we respond to things, how we're feeling, how it differs from day to day, that it's not the same thing. So to really tune into that as well and really hone our experience and expertise with our own health conditions and issues. Then we can go into the doctor and we can share what's going on with us because they don't know. They're looking to us to give them information when we go to our appointments, to speak up for ourselves, and our health. And I had to do this many times the last year. They didn't know how much pain I was in from that herniated disc. They only knew when I called and I spoke up for myself. The same thing if I go into an annual appointment. What's been going on this year? What's different? Are there any issues for me? But I have to speak up for my own health. I'm the only one who can do this. And if I can't do it, then it's really important to look for an advocate. And that's important for you too. If you have trouble doing this, then find somebody who will be your health advocate and help you to speak up for your health. That's the only way we can work with medical providers to maintain and enhance our health going forward through later life. Another exciting thing for me was going into this appointment this week and really thinking about this past year and realizing how much I did to hone what I call my bounce back skills and abilities. And that's our ability to, and I think this gets more important with age too, how are we going to bounce back once we've gone through a health episode? So many people don't work through the recovery, don't work to get back on their feet, and then they're stuck in that health condition. Now, it doesn't mean we get away from a lot of our chronic conditions. No, most of us get into more chronic conditions as we go, things that can't be totally cured, can't be totally fixed, but we still can bounce back from the episodes and the incidents. And how we do this and how, again, we participate in this process is critical. One thing I really learned this year is that you can't often push through it. I think maybe when we're younger, we can get away with that. But as we get older, we have to work with our bodies. We have to tune in. And after coming out of the surgery, that was a slow process, just slowly working back and getting back to the things that I enjoy, the regular exercise classes I like to go to. I just was back at Zumba last night. That's something I just couldn't jump into right away. I had to slowly get back to that. When I fell in early July and bruised that bone, which was really painful in my lower left leg, I had to stop for a couple weeks, give my body time to recover. So learning again how to go through that bounce back recovery process and really honing those skills. So even if we go through things, which we will, we can come back out of it to the other side. I'll write about a few more things I wrote about in my Rethink Aging and Healthy Living Guide, one of my 15 mini Thrive guides that I created several years ago. I'll mention those in a post and in my newsletter this week because, again, there's so many things to talk about on this topic. And we will keep talking about things on the Live Empowered for Life Compass, going through the different points and talking about how we might zero in and focus on each of these areas depending on what's the most important for us, where we want to put our time and energy. One last thing before I end today, you can always find more of my videos on YouTube at AgeTHRIVE, and you can also go to my Facebook page, Let's Thrive with Age. Have a great week. Enjoy the end of August. We're going into early fall, and we'll see you again in a few weeks. Take care. Bye.